Hey guys, welcome back to another action figure review. Today we're taking a look at the latest Snail Shell release. From the Rapid Assault series, we have Anneliese. The front of the box has a glossy photo of Anneliese holding her pistol, her name in glittery letters at the bottom, with the large blue P Bunny text at the top. The back has more glossy photos of her, as well as a small picture showing off everything that's in the box. A small scratch-off sticker of authenticity is here that links to the official WeChat, with figure information, warnings, and links to social media at the bottom of the box. The sides of the box have more of that glittery text, with the large P Bunny text shining here, and the small dark P Bunny logo at the top. High quality import figures are usually wrapped in tissue paper to protect the box from any scuffs during shipment, and to make sure that they are new and untampered with. You are going to have to destroy the tissue to get the figure out, as it's all taped down. Sliding the tray out from the bottom allows us to remove the tray in one pull. The tray is securely locked down with more stickers on the side to prevent tampering, as well as one on the bottom. Once removed, we can see the holographic void text on both sides. And lastly, the figure is wrapped in a plastic bag, with even more sheets of plastic between each joint to protect the figure from any paint damage during shipment. Anneliese is the latest character released from Snail Shell, with her unique German name, and later on in the review, World War II themed German accessories, gives us the only hints of her background. With a small P Bunny badge on the box, we can assume that she's part of some bunny girl themed soldier squad, with heavily borrowed German themes. Wearing robotic headgear that resembles bunny ears, and later on in the review, massive machine arms, this futuristic technology matches the timeline of all the other Rapid Assault characters released so far, with Anneliese being the third of the series. As with Snail Shell figures, not much lore is released on the figures. We can only take small notes from the photos posted on social media or press release images to figure out how she stands in the series. But the World War II German theme is very strong and obvious with this figure, with the cyberpunk twist to her. Let's check out some of the details of the figure. A strong, determined expression is on her face, with the first feature that stands out are those large anime-style eyes. Blue glistening eyes with bushy blue eyelashes, and small thin lines for the eyebrows in a downward slope, giving her a determined or angry expression, with two small red dots under her eyes acting as a blush effect, and a small bump for the nose with a short smile. The short bob-style haircut is sculpted in small strands of hair, layered over each other in a variety of pale color tones like pink centers with a rose and gray tones. Moving upwards, we can focus on those robotic bunny ears being worn at the top of the head. Metallic shades of black fins, detailed with panel lines, and what appears to be copper colored speakers at the center. The machinery digs into her hair and on the side of her head. We can see more of the bunny ear equipment on the side of the head, where it covers the ears like a set of headphones. More small details on the headset can be seen here, like small screws and more panel lines. The texture of the hair can be seen here, with large strands of hair layering over each other, fading into a darker color. On the back, we can see the last bit of the bunny ear headset, with a large black piece of machinery attached to the back of her head. More large strands of hair layer over each other, ending at the neck. In the black glossy bunny suit, it shines and reflects light, with the suit tightly worn on the body, shown by the sculpted wrinkles and shape of the body. The collar of the figure has a small white tie, with more black machinery attached to it. The back is mostly exposed, showing off the skin tone and subtle sculpting of the back muscles, showing off the muscle groove in her back. Along here, we can see the white collar also has a little flap at the back. A classic Snail Shell style shoulder, very thin with a tiny bicep, and black rubbery sleeves running up the entire arm. Moving on to the hands, the wrists have a white pair of cuffs with a black button, with the pre-installed hands being a fingerless glove in an open palm position. At the waist is where the bunny suit ends, with details in the sculpting showing off the indent for the navel, thread lines in the suit, and curves in the body from the tightness of the suit. On the backside, the suit wraps up into a bikini style back, exposing more of the butt on the figure. Here we can see the large socket at the back, to attach either the bunny tail or machinery later on in the review. At the thighs, we have a small belt loop attaching the stockings onto the thighs of the figure. We can notice a small golden buckle here, and the indent into the skin, giving the belt a tightly wrapped look to the sculpting. The stockings give a darker appearance to the legs, fading slightly darker at the joints and legs sculpted with calf muscles. The figure wears black glossy stiletto heels. giving the figure a considerable height boost as well as making it extremely hard to balance on. Let's take a look at the articulation. Starting off, the bunny ears on the head are on a ball joint that can be rotated and pushed around. The head has the classic snail shell joint, so she can look up and down, with caution to the small hair strands here. We can bob side to side, look left and right, and thanks to her short hair we can get more extended range than usual. A minor butterfly joint at the shoulder, arms that open and rotate all the way around, rotation at the bicep, double jointed elbows that bend inward very well, the hands rotate and bend up and down depending on joint orientation, but the cuffs will limit most of the range here. The cuffs do rotate and are separate from the sculpt. A ball joint at the chest that allows us to bend back a decent amount, but bending forward the sculpting does block most of the range here. We have the same issue with the twisting before the sculpting blocks the body. No waist articulation here, but the legs open up and get a good bend forward, with the butt plate hindering the back motion of the legs. The thighs have a cut to rotate, double jointed knees that bend back pretty well, ankles that bend up and down and rotate, with a foot that twists. Earlier in the review, I said the heels gave Anneliese a considerable height advantage, and it shows. Displayed next to Snail Shell's Milk Tea Girl, Anneliese is about half a head's worth taller, with the bunny ears giving the appearance of a much taller figure. She's listed at the 1/12 scale at 160mm, with most other snail shells around the 155mm size. Next to a Figma Darkness, she's about a head's worth taller, and while the body proportions aren't too different, the height difference is noticeable on such a tall figure like Anneliese. Second Axis Sakura is usually on the larger size of these import figures, but even here the heels just have that much advantage. Even Sakura is on heels, but not high stiletto heels that make the figure walk on their tiptoes. Hasbro is on the 1/12 scale, but usually makes everything around the same height, so across multiple brands of figures we're going to see the same height differences between Snail Shell and Hasbro figures. Jada Toys is also in the 1/12 scale and accurately scales each character to their height, so we might have some taller figures and smaller figures depending on what character. Storm Collectibles has a similar scale going on, with their characters accurately representing the height of each character. And for a little sci-fi comparison, we have Cosmic Legions. Similar to Mythic Legions, they are on the larger end of the 1/12 scale, with bulky figures and armor giving the characters much more size and height. Opening the box, we have the flyer with links to social media and more warnings and warranty info on the back. We have instructions that show off the accessories, how to put on equipment, and more caution instructions. We have an alternate faceplate with an open mouth excited expression. Swapping out the faces is very similar to all other import figures. We first remove the outer hairpiece, and then the original faceplate. We can see the hidden magnet here that will be used later on in the review. We can then attach the new faceplate, and then the original hair back over it. The alternate face really changes the expression of the figure into a more excited, happy look, with an open mouth and excited look to the eyes. For both of the faceplates, we have an eye poser tool with a crosshead at the bottom to adjust the eyeballs. We can socket the tool into the back of the eyes, and then adjust the eyes to look left or right. We have a clear base stand with the Snail Shell logo on it, a arm for the stand with 3 points of articulation, a claw head to grab onto the figure, and a peg to directly attach into a figure's socket. We have a small Luger style pistol, a small German style field cap with a small magnet at the top to attach onto the head. This is where the hidden magnet in the faceplate comes into play. The hat snaps on securely and will hold on very tightly to the figure. In the box, we have all of the small accessories in a convenient tray. We come with 2 bunny tails, one that has a hole to attach onto the stand. Either tail will install into a socket on the back and will tightly fit and hold into place. If you are using the tail with the socket, you can then use the stand to peg and hold onto the figure. We have a few pair of hands, starting off with the hands in a fist pose, a set of hands to hold onto the pistol, and hands with the peace gesture with 2 fingers pointing up. We have a set of machinery for the ankles made of a bendable plastic. Both of them are able to open up easily and slide right on top of the ankles, completing the robotic theme she has going on. And lastly, for the original accessories, a spare set of wrist joints. Anneliese comes with an optional accessory set in its own box that you have to order separately. The box features similar artwork to the original, with the silhouette of the character featuring optional accessories. And we have her name in a glittery text at the center. At the back we have a large image of all the accessories spread out, the genuine Snail Shell scratch-off sticker, and more warnings, product info, and links to social media. Even the side of the box has glittery text here, reading armament parts in that glittery holographic finish. We can also slide out the accessories by sliding everything out at the bottom in one pull. Just like the main figure, we have the flyer with warnings and warranty info, and the small instructions booklet showing how to attach everything to the figure. We have a set of robotic arms, wrapped in plastic, with a peg to attach onto the back of the figure. A arm to hold ammo and the grenades, and one set of arms with the phone with the detachable handset. Where we used to attach the bunny tail is where we now attach these set of arms. It does hold in place very well, but makes the figure top heavy. The arms can articulate by rotating and bending at each arm with multiple points of articulation. It does use up the slot for the stand at the back, so you will have to grab the figure with the claw arm from now on. We have a set of World War II style German stick hand grenades painted with a wooden handle and a green top. A set of 3 magazines with the bronze bullet details at the top of each. We can socket in the extra magazine into each slot on the arms, as well as both grenades on the sides to complete the look of the loadout. We have a World War II style wooden rifle with gunmetal parts like the barrel and chamber. The magazine can be detached from this gun as well. A belt with 2 pockets to attach onto the figure. This is one solid piece. To install the belt, you will have to pop off the torso from the body. After removing it, you can simply slide the belt over the top, and then reattach the upper body. The belt would then just rest on top of the body. To finish off this optional accessory pack, we have a set of hands. Open palm resting, holding the phone, holding the rifle, and holding the grenades. An excellent figure by Snail Shell. Anneliese could have just been a regular bunny girl figure, but the World War II German inspired twist to it really gives her a lot of character instead of just another pretty figure. The sculpting on the figure, the shine on the suit, and the cyberpunk accessories really make this figure unique from an already growing list of bunny girls from Snail Shell. I do like the World War II theme on the figure, but for the rapid assault characters, I've always seen them as spies or secret agent type figures. With Anneliese, her robotic arms and grenades pretty much scream full frontal attack, especially with their phone to call in artillery strikes, so I guess the bunny suit isn't a disguise after all. The basic figure set comes with a great alternate face, but both are expressive on their own, something that Snail Shell has been missing the mark on. With so many ways to pose the figures, a wider selection of face expressions is really needed, but at least Anneliese has 2 great expressions that can be interpreted in multiple ways. And while this time I did order the optional accessories, for the price they do offer some great value in reposing the figure. The mechanical arms, while they do make the figure top heavy, were made very well, as they are smooth in articulation, hold on to accessories, and open up more posing options, and overall add to the figure very nicely. Taking apart the figure just to install a belt will always be a little nerve-wracking. I've seen so many people destroy toys by bending them the wrong way, but I don't ever get that feeling with Snail Shell, as they are really something else. It's a shame that the optional accessory pack didn't come with another faceplate. And if you're looking to complete Anneliese's accessories, well, there are exclusive clothing being sold only on AmiAmi, so even if you're buying the optional set, you're still not getting all of the accessories. Snail Shell, please, if you're watching this, give us more faceplates. I have 0 complaints with this figure. She's so photogenic, her joints are extremely smooth and a joy to pose with. It's a cute figure in a bunny suit with that cool World War II look that's very unexpected but unique. Once again, I am still blown away by the quality of the paint, how sturdy the joints are while being so tiny, and just the overall how pretty these figures look. You really need to get your hands on one of these figures to experience and appreciate the quality that Snail Shell puts out. They have made me a fan, and originally I was more of a Western figure collector with bulky sizes and joints. Anneliese hits all the check marks of a fun, posable action figure. She's cute, has action poses, and with the optional accessory pack you have some great weapons at her disposal. She's just been released and is shipping out right now, so definitely get your hands on her before they all go up in price. Alright guys, that's it for this review. Leave a comment letting me know how you like this figure, subscribe or share this video with your friends to help out the channel.